Alright, hey, this is the second part of a run-through, or I guess the second part of level 1, or the second level, or however you want to look at it, of Demon Souls. This video is a little lengthy, but I thought it wasn't long enough to really split up into any parts, so I'm just doing this in one go. Here, the very first room that you get to is actually the room after your last boss, or the first boss, Phalanx. And I found it easiest to ignore the first one that you see and go to the left and attack that one, and then just kind of make your way across the room like so. So you'll have killed 3 guys, and then there is one more guy here on the floor, and then there's 2 across the room from where I am right now. And there's a little fence there. So there's a total of 6 black blobs here, and then here is the 4th guy right here. It's easy to get around these guys on the main floor level here. They're all on the ground, you can maneuver around them, and this stuff really isn't in the way of you, it's no big deal. If you're going through this for the first time, there's normally an item somewhere around here. You want to do some exploring. There's 2 or 3 items that you can pick up. Somebody left a message right there stating that. Here, this one you can kind of get behind him if you smash these tables to the side of him. He will turn if that happens, just go around him and hit him. There is another guy directly behind him, down this little place right here. And there's really no good way to get around him, so what you can do is use some turpentine or a firebomb or something like that handy, or you can just hack at him like I did and wait for him to go down. He will take less damage that way, but you'll use less to get rid of him. I think there's an item back here if you're going through this for the first time. For me, I'm just going through typically slashing. You can see there I'm not really rolling very quickly, and that's not because that the table was in front of me. That is because of my equip weight limit, because my equip weight limit is like 0.6 or 50%, and so because of that I'm rolling very slowly. It doesn't stop my ability to avoid damage when I roll. It doesn't help me get anywhere very quickly, but it's whatever. Personally, I really think that it's not very convenient to have it slow me down already when I'm only just a little bit over 50%, but whatever. So anyways, you get through that first room, and I've left a message here, someone else has. There are 3 bridges that you will encounter here, and this is the first one. And you see that smoldering pile of stuff there? That's on fire for a reason, as you can see. The dragon goes through, so as soon as he comes, you take off running. And the way that the stamina works out, unless you've really boosted your stamina or something, you are going to run out just at the end. And the fire will hit you right at the end of that archway, so don't stand there if at all possible, get inside. And then there's 2 of these bridges here. This first one, you go up the stairs here, and there's this guy, and then there's another guy around the corner, as you will see here in just a second. The first guy that I just took down will throw a firebomb if you are not careful, so be careful about that. This guy will swing at you several times, so watch him, and if you don't take him down right away, he will heal, and that's very annoying. So try to lure him down if you can and just hack at him when he's open. There's 2 archers here. You don't have to worry about the dragon hurting you up here, he flies right past you. You can get a good look at him from here actually, very safely. You can see me doing that here, or trying to do that. So he'll continue to just make his rounds and ignore you. Going down here, it looks like somebody has died. You can go down to the second bridge, and the same thing. There's going to be another dragon, a different spot where you want to wait. You can come up past this area right here, but there's something else that I wanted to show you. When you come in right here and you come over here to the right and you go over here, you can go up the stairs, but another thing that you can do is go down the stairs, and there is a place underground where there's some more enemies, but also the first time you go through, there is an NPC, the guy that you helped before on the first level of the run through, he'll be here again, and he'll be stuck, and you'll see him in the first room that we went in, actually. So there's him, and he's directly behind me, so you would go to the left when you come in that way. But I'm going the other way because there is a merchant all the way down at the end of this. So I'm going to go that way. And I'm spinning around and looking at a lot of things because if you see here, somebody's left a message left. The reason for that is because directly to the left there's this little alcove, is that what you would call it, and there's a guy there, and so they hide right around the corners, so you want to be on guard at all times, not just directly in front of you but also around the back. And this is a very dark area. I don't know if you've been able to see the reflection and stuff on my TV, it's kind of old, but people will jump out of you, or enemies will jump out at you from anywhere. There's also cute foes, in game terms. There's a pack of dogs down here, for lack of words, and they come in about threes, maybe four, I think, and here they are right here, and they will attack in rapid succession. They're nasty, and so what I did here was, rather than risk dying, which I almost did, I just decided to hack through and get rid of them all, since I'm now strong enough to be able to do that. If you're not careful, they will follow you out where the archers were just a minute ago, and so be careful about that when you are fighting the archers on this first bridge or the second bridge that we'll see in a couple of minutes. Be careful that the dogs aren't coming up the steps after you to where the archers are. But down here, once you get past the two enemies there and the dogs, there's going to be an archer down here. He's by himself, I believe. There's really not a whole lot to him. Just wait for him to attack and then shield and get rid of him. So you go past here, and here's our friend Gollum, the merchant, and so he has some better equips than last time, which is kind of expected. So he has better healing items, he has better weapons, better armor here. So here I'm able to buy a coat of plate, which is a step up from what I have right now. I still have half of my armor as leather pieces, so I went ahead and bought that since I had just enough for that. That'll help me. I'm already kind of encumbered, so I figure, you know what, if I'm going to be heavy, so to speak, then I might as well have the best of what I can as being heavy, because I'm not going to be able to take enough items away to not be heavy. I tried that already, so I dropped the leather armor and a slave shield that I had here, because even though my equip weight limit was kind of a little over where it was supposed to be, I didn't want my normal item burden to be over where it was supposed to be, so I got rid of those two things. I can't sell, so there's no reason for me to keep them. I can't trade. So anyways, there's this end of the tunnel down here. The merchant is there, and it's good to go back and, you know, get extra stuff that you might need, such as healing items, turpentine for bosses or difficult enemies, which you will need near the end, right before the boss, fire items such as turpentine. At the other end of this tunnel is the NPC, if you have not rescued him already. Ostrava, I believe is his name, and he gets stuck down here another time, so he'll call out to you from the first room and ask you to help him. You can choose not to, but really there's no reason not to. It's worth it to go down here and get some souls and explore anyway. So that would be right about here. You would go down, and I believe the first time that you go through there are 3 or 4 archers, so you'll want to go in there with your shield up. You definitely want to be guarded. There are still enemies around the corners and everything, so you want to be careful about that. Make use of your circle button, you know, jump back, do some rolls, dodge, whatever you need to do. But when you go here at the very end, he will be waiting there, and once you get rid of the enemies, then he will thank you right at this area here, and then he'll walk off and leave. And he doesn't really have a whole lot to do, but he's an NPC, and it does help that you help him. So once you've done that, there's nothing else down here. You can go exploring and you can watch the dragons from the holes in the walls if you want, but there's nothing else here. There's no items for you to get. There's just the merchant and the NPC down here, and then after that it's just dead space once you've gotten rid of all of the enemies. So that's really all there is here underground. One cool thing that you can do is if you go all the way from one end to the other end, you can actually pop out to the next bridge from here, I think. I did that once and I found out that I had backtracked unintentionally by going through the tunnels, but I did not do that here. I went ahead and went back to the first area, and so now here we are at the second bridge. So at the second bridge, your starting point should be, let's see, I would say a little back from where I was there. And you can see the dragon will come down and he'll destroy everything. You will probably find some items along the way here, especially if it's your first time through. Reject the impulse to go back and get them, because the dragon comes back very quickly, and so if you're going to get them very quickly. Divide the bridge from the starting point to this wagon here about in half and run as fast as you can, as your character will go from that point to the center and back to get items. And I would suggest not getting more than one item at a time if you're really greedy and you have to go get them, because who knows, you might get a rare item or something. But going on from there, there's these archers here. Once they've all attacked, it should be easy to mow through and take care of them. Again, there's archers up top. On top of this, there are no guys here on the steps, although this is the place sometimes the dogs will pop out of from underground. The two archers here are right at the edge, so be careful. When you knock them down, sometimes they will not die. So when you come down here, make sure that you have your shield up, you're ready to attack or defend yourself. But here there's only two of them, there's no one else, and then you can go through. And then the third bridge that we go through here is the last bridge, and then all the way at the end of this, there's a little place where you can kill a crystal lizard, which is, as Kurt explained to me, a little monster that runs from you. He hides, and if you can kill him quick enough, he'll probably give you a rare drop. But if you don't, then you don't get anything, but you don't get hurt from it. So there's a little door with him there. There's a door where if you have a key, you can unlock that. I have not done that yet, so I don't know what's in there, but there is the option of that. So at the end of this, there are two strong monsters. They're similar to the ones that you fought in front of the fog in level 1, the first one, spear guys, but they're a little tougher, and so I didn't get much farther than this my first time through when I was recording this. This guy took me out pretty quickly, so I did get through this, and I got to the boss, which I will show next time. I'll have a video of that to, go do an overview. But this is kind of, the second run through. So that's about it for now. Thanks for watching, and please like or subscribe us and check out our Tumblr.